TVR Universe. In this week's live stream podcast, we are live and we're going to share with you why you should look at the 250D. It's an absolutely great camera. Do not go away because we've got lots of value in this live stream. Don't go anywhere.
You're going to get value from this video.
Alright, so if this is your first time here, I'm Dave from TVR Creators and I make weekly videos and live streams about cameras and video gear in general. If that sounds interesting to you, subscribe now. So why should you check out the 250D? It's an absolutely brilliant camera. It is I was going to say mirrorless camera. It's an SLR. It's an absolutely great camera. It's a nice size, and believe it or not, it's actually quite small for a camera nowadays. It's obviously bigger than a mirrorless camera, but it isn't much bigger than, say, something like the M50. Now, why do I like this camera? I like this camera because it has a flip screen, which is extremely helpful when you're filming. So if you're doing, you're filming yourself as a creator or filmmaker, if you're perhaps doing a selfie with it for whatever reason, that could be very handy. But definitely as a creator or filmmaker, if you're filming by yourself, that's extremely handy. And the fact is, the touchscreen makes it really, really helpful. This was the camera actually I was looking to get when I was deciding between this and the M50. So that's something to bear in mind when you're thinking about what camera to get. And if you want to sort of up your game, get something separate from your phone, the 250D is a great camera for you. Now it has a microphone jack, which is brilliant for improving the audio, and in the side of photography it has a viewfinder. So for those of you that want to do it the old-fashioned way, as I sometimes say, you look down the viewfinder and you can make sure you've got that right shot, and that just makes it really easy to use if you're taking the right photography, if you're taking the right picture. That's something to bear in mind. But as a filmmaker, you might use that feature, to get the right shot, or you can use the flip screen, which obviously turns 180, which makes it really handy. And that's bear in mind, thinking as a YouTuber, creator, filmmaker, it is a 24 megapixel, which means it takes fantastic, crisp, clear, very sharp photos, and even in low light it takes very good photos, making this a great camera for taking photos or recording video. Now you're probably thinking, why should I get this over something like the M50? Now I'll be brutally honest, I actually picked the M50 just because it just looked a little bit better, which probably isn't helping you. But if you want something, perhaps if you've got massive hands maybe, or you just want something that just feels and looks like a proper camera but isn't necessarily the biggest and most complex thing in the world, then the 250D SL3 is the camera for you. Why? Because it's light, it's not too big, but it's bigger than say a mirrorless camera. It's still quite light, so it's not too bulky. It fits very easy to a tripod, which is handy. It's a very nice flip up flash for when you're taking that awesome shot and you just want a bit extra light. Obviously if you're doing recording video, it's very handy to set up your lights or use the sunlight for the best positioning. But even in low light, the sensor on this camera is absolutely brilliant for photos and video. So that's something to bear in mind when you are thinking to buy this camera. And you might be thinking, okay, Dave, so why? What is it about this camera that you love so much? Well, it just looks and feels professional. It sits nicely. It has that audio jack, has that flip screen, and it doesn't cost the earth. You can get it now for about £500-600 or dollars, which is actually, believe it or not, a very good price for a decent camera here in 2022, and it's still worth looking at. This camera's been around for a year or two now, and it is a great little camera. It just, it's so good at taking photos and videos, and that's something to bear in mind when you're looking at this camera.
You're going to get value from this video.
So if you just join us, I'm Dave from TVR Creators, and I make weekly content on the best cameras for creators and YouTubers and all those of the like. And also, if you want to support the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe and check out our merch, which is everywhere right now. So go check it out. There's a link that in the feed, and also there'll be a link in the description, straight pinned comment, if you like check out it. Now, if you want to buy this camera that we've been talking about today in this review, and I've got a bit more info to go, so do not go anywhere. But But if you want to check out how awesome this camera is, I have a link to it in the description, so you can go and check it out for yourself. You can look at the features and more details. You can decide for yourself if it is the camera for you. But definitely the 250D is a camera that I would definitely consider. Why would I consider it? It takes great photos, great videos, 24 megapixel flip screen. It has that audio jack so you can connect a microphone to it, which is very handy as a curator. And ultimately it doesn't cost the earth, because when you think, you know, you could say this like an entry level professional level camera, where if you got something that was like megavly, you know, something like a 90D or something like that, or one of the Mark R series, you're talking way over 1,000 with, okay, it has lots of different features, maybe it might have more features and all that jazz, but you know, for most of us, we don't have, you know, £1,500 or dollars or euros to spend on our first camera. You don't want to spend all that. And for £500-600 or dollars, it's a brilliant camera for what it does. It will be a great first camera for any of you that want to check out this camera. Welcome to the green room, Brad. And I just want to say that this camera is so cool. So if you're just joined us, I would highly recommend this camera because it's light, it doesn't cost the earth, has that microphone jack, you know, it's great in low light. It's just so fun to use. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer them over the weekend or as we go forward in time. And that is just something that I want you all to bear in mind. And if you're getting value from this video, smash the like button because this camera rocks.
You're going to get value from this video.
Alright, so that's the basis of why I think you should buy this camera. Do not go anywhere because I just want to share some cool things with you. I'm loving YouTube at the minute. I'm going to be doing a weekly podcast on, it's either going to be camera reviews or it's going to be like answering questions. It's going to be on film gear, stuff like that. I do plan to do some different videos over the next few weeks. That's really cool to think about and to consider. I did this really cool like VT filming with my M50, and feel free to check it out, it's over on the channel. And that was just playing around with different angles, and I just did a bit of a music video to it, something a bit different. I'm looking at perhaps doing an interview because that's something that I know a lot of core viewers like, and just looking for my YouTube Studio app. I've been checking out what sort of content that you guys enjoy and like to see, which is always really nice, and that's something that I love to share with you guys. But something I'm definitely noticing is my shorts videos are doing quite well, especially when I do stuff to do with microphones or the Canon M50 more specifically, because you guys love that camera. I've got loads of videos on that, go check them out. If you smash the like button, you're getting value. And I noticed when I'm doing like versus videos, very good tactic, I should do more of them. And I'm noticed when I'm talking about Pacific cameras like I've done today, these sort of videos tend to do better on my channel because my audience, you guys, tend to like that. So feel free to question of the day then. What videos are you making at the moment, or what camera are you thinking of getting? Are you thinking of getting this 250D? Are you already looking or already convinced about this camera or another camera you're looking at getting? Or is there a camera that you've set your mind on? Or is there a camera that you've already got that you like to use? Put it in comments below. It'd be really interesting to find out and see what you think. And if you want to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe, like, check out our merch if you will, and just look around the channel for the videos that may interest you. We've got videos on the M50, the M100, on film gear, lighting, audio, editing, and feel free if there's any particular videos perhaps the channel hasn't got that you might want to see in the future, feel free to put in the comments below. And if you want to connect with us, we are on Instagram and Twitter. We have an awesome Facebook community, and you guys rock. So I'm going to leave you there as I'm talking jazz, and I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. And for those of you that are creators, filmmakers, I just want to say keep doing what you're doing. You know, it's a journey, and we all have, you know, peaks and dips, and you know, and it can change from week to week. Sometimes you think, yeah, you do well, sometimes you're thinking perhaps I'm not. And just bear in mind that this is a journey, and one day you will get to the targets that you want to reach, and you'll look back and you think all the hard work was worth it. So keep going, because I am in a minute keep feeling I could do better, and I know that whenever I start thinking that, then the video does well and blah, blah, blah. So just keep doing what you're doing. And for those of you that are core viewers, thank you so much. Thank you, Brad, for being in the green room. Thank you all again. And until the next video, until the next podcast, see you soon.